Look, in the next 3 minutes, you're going to flip the bird to almost every real estate investing expert out there trying to tell you how to find and flip a deal. Their outdated ways of real estate investing are keeping you stuck, frustrated, and miserable, especially since you probably want to do it without using any of your own cash or credit. Well, I'm going to reveal to you how to find your first or even your next deal using only your mobile device and a Wi-Fi connection within minutes. Follow along and you'll have done in just a few minutes what the vast majority of real estate investors never do or teach. And that is finding deals completely digitally and bypassing most of the competition. You won't even have to pay me to see it, and you're going to learn it right now. You ready? I'm also going to show you how to have someone else execute your deal for you completely remotely. In other words, you won't even need to leave the house, and you won't even have to know what you're really even doing either. You can be completely new to flipping properties, and your virtual expert will have full knowledge on how this entire process works, so you can sit back, watch, and learn. Let your virtual expert take care of the rest and deposit money straight into your bank account. Sounds like a fantasy? It only does because you've been kept in the dark by not realizing the true power of the digital age. Look, today's digital age allows you to find and flip deals anywhere in the entire country, even if you live thousands of miles away and never have stepped foot there. So your entire pool of deals is about to become 1,000,000 times bigger than before. And you can skip trying to learn every single step on how to do deals. You see, you have a major advantage over most other investors in the game. They're still stuck in the Stone Ages. Yeah, they may use digital tools here and there, but they still have to do an enormous amount of manual work to find a deal, close on it, fix it up, and eventually flip it. They actually have to leave their house and be there to do it all. I mean, are we still stuck in the 80s? Come on. Well, I'm going to let you in on this revolution, okay? Welcome to the digital age of finding and flipping properties using only a few mobile apps and none of our own cash or credit. See for yourself. Here's Daniel Whitney. He says, "Thank you, Justin. The system works." To anyone on the fence about working with Justin, I've gone through many courses, invested loads of cash, bought into coaching programs, and have nothing to show for it. I researched Justin and thought to myself, this is the way I want to run my business, so I took a chance. He then goes on to say this program is unlike anything he's ever seen before. And then on the bottom he says, "Justin, I love you, bro. In gratitude, Daniel." It's awesome. All right. Here's another one for Debbie. She says, "I just had to stop in the middle of the video to let you know how truly fabulous this information is. I absolutely must tell you that this far surpasses anything I've seen or studied in my RE education." Here's Jared Cyborn. He says, "After 2 or 3 years of not doing deals, I met Justin and my whole life changed. You've got to be one of the top 5 most impactful people I have ever met in my life. And because of you, the future I will have the ability to live my dreams and protect the ones I love." Look, that's what this is all about. Here's a random one. We get these all the time on my Facebook page. Here's Michael. He says, "Hey, dude, I'm wholesaling houses in Georgia while living in California." Here's the one from Adam Negree. He says, "I'm finishing the deal using the wholesaling information. In 60 days, net profit's been $24,000 on one transaction." Here's Larry Crick, and he says, "Justin, I just want to send you a pic of my first wholesale check." Yes, $12,000. And it goes on and on. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Justin Wilmot. I'm known as the lifestyle real estate investor and coach. You see, I'm actually not a real estate investor first. I'm a surfer first and a real estate investor second. And it always will be. And since 2008, I've been teaching thousands of students just like you how to not only build a wildly successful wholesaling business, but to build a totally financial free lifestyle and to build a real estate investing business that supports and enables that free lifestyle and do it using none of your own cash or credit. In fact, if a deal or investing strategy requires a lot of my time and impedes on my surfing and family time while I vacation all year long, I'm just not doing it. I don't care how much money it could potentially make me, and that's just the truth. And believe it or not, this was a life or death decision for me. So you'll see why I actually had to do this and had no choice soon. Look, nothing gets in the way of my clear purpose of living a freedom-driven lifestyle, year-round surfing and traveling with my family. And every single training and coaching program I've ever released over the years is specifically designed to not only build you a six-figure wholesaling business very quickly from scratch, but to put the exact systems and the tools and the people and the processes in place for you that eliminate 80 to 90% of the work. Tools and systems that finally take advantage of digital technology to its fullest. Systems and automation tools to free up your time are things I've mastered when it comes to real estate investing. This is my specialty, and being able to successfully do deals in any market of your choice, even if you've never stepped foot there and do it completely virtually, it's also a major part of what I teach. Now, let me show you undeniable proof that this works. Here's a deal that generated $21,900 for me while I was just down in Costa Rica for a month surfing and vacationing with my family. This is a property on 18th Street in Flagler Beach. Here is the HUD, so that's the settlement contract that you get when you actually buy and sell a property. And on the bottom right-hand corner, you say net to seller, that's $21,900. And here is the actual picture of the bank wire going into our business checking account. And here's another deal just a few days later on the same trip. This one's Twine Street. This was in St. Augustine, Florida, hours away from us. Bottom right-hand corner, net to seller, $5,000. This was a joint venture deal. Total profit was 10. 5 went to my partner, 5 went to us. And there are the bank wires, the screenshot of the bank wires that went in consecutive day after day while I'm in Costa Rica. And this one also came through while I was out there surfing. This one's all profit. This is 8 boroughs in Palm Coast, Florida. As you can see, $17,106.75. And I've turned many absolute beginners, just like you, who didn't have a penny to their name, into virtual wholesaling machines. Simply put, what these students have done is use my virtual wholesaling system to put freedom back into the financial freedom equation, which sadly, even the most experienced investors completely miss out on. Now look, before you just think this is all sounds exaggerated or maybe just hype, let me prove to you this works for absolute beginners and veterans alike, and how my life was actually in danger if I didn't figure out this 100% mobile wholesaling system. Here's Cy Anthony. He says, after spending 3 years trying to figure out wholesaling on my own, I was finally able to do my first property for $11,750 this year, thanks to Justin. Here's Anna G from Miami. She says, hey, Justin, just want to say thanks to you and your course. I became a real estate investor wholesaling properties, and my life has done a complete 180 from a year ago. I now wholesale 4 to 5 properties every single month and can really see myself doing this for the rest of my life, all because of your course, so thanks. How awesome is that? Here's one from Adam. He says, wholesale a deal and pocketed $23,000, $750. I told Justin I have another deal signed Friday as well. I'm going to net $15,000 on. Not bad, making $38,750 in 3 months. Pretty cool, all right? And there's plenty more where those came from. Now, I myself have been a successful real estate investor since 2008, but it wasn't always all fun and games for me. You see, I was making a ton of money fixing up properties. I was buying them and flipping them for huge cash as a rehabber. I had a truck I absolutely loved and was a dream for me to own. I had a gorgeous waterfront house, gated community that I lived in with my family. I had everything that a person dreams of having when they get into real estate investing or any business. But I couldn't enjoy any of it. I had no time, no freedom. Not even a moment to stop and breathe. Needless to say, I couldn't even think about taking a day off, leaving town, and going on a surf trip. So one particular week, I had 3 rehab projects, properties that I was fixing up to sell, going on at the same time. I had huge financial obligations on the line, and the clock was ticking. Now, if you're not familiar with how rehabbing works, most often an investor will have private lenders and institutions lend him funds to buy, fix up the property. And there are other huge overhead and carrying costs that he or she needs to maintain as well. And these lenders and institutions have placed a deadline as to when their money is due back to them with returns on their loans. So if I don't have each of these projects completed on the house and sold ASAP, I'd be in a huge financial hole. So I had zero time to waste. But in order to make that happen, I was running back and forth between the 3 properties all day nonstop. I was continuously picking up inventory, practically living at Home Depot and Lowe's just to get materials, and I was repeatedly dealing with workers on site that would run into all kinds of problems and even literally just slack off. You can probably imagine the unbelievable stress I had put on my mind and body. And to that week of literally working from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day with only 3 hours of sleep each night, the inevitable and most frightening thing happened. After the 3rd day of my living hell at the age of 28, I collapsed and became hospitalized. The stress was so intense, I came down with some kind of rare condition called a hiatal hernia, which is a stress-induced hernia, I guess. And it was such a horrible condition, I couldn't swallow food, liquid, or anything at all. I mean nothing. And I couldn't spit anything out either. I was basically a lying vegetable. In fact, the doctors were dumbfounded at how in the heck this could happen to a young, healthy 28-year-old. And at that point, I was just so disappointed more than anything. I did a lot of self-reflecting, lying in that hospital bed, and I just hated the fact that all this money and success and reached such a high level as a real estate investor, and yet I still was not living the lifestyle that I got into real estate investing for in the first place. I mean, this was worse than a regular job. I couldn't even imagine the investment bankers in New York being this overworked. You know, something's wrong when you reach a point as a self-employed entrepreneur where you're actually missing the days of having a regular 9-to-5 job and answering a boss. Because at least I wasn't dying when I used to work for someone else. But no way was I ever going to go back to having someone else control my time and my freedom and my income. So that was just never an option. And now I had no choice but to not go back into doing real estate investing the way I had been doing it up to this point. I mean, at this rate, I wasn't going to make it past age 30. So I had to do things differently. And that's when I realized that doing traditional real estate investing was just not for me. And I wanted to simply let someone else do the actual buying and rehabbing and flipping. In other words, I wanted to do a much easier and far less work-intensive strategy of wholesaling properties instead. It was the only way for me to continue to do what I loved and not have to do the nightmare part of real estate investing. Now, if you're not familiar with wholesaling, here's the quick rundown on how it works. First, you'll find a property that a seller wants to sell and that he or she hasn't listed publicly for sale. You sign a contract that you'll buy that property for a particular discounted price for cash after doing some negotiations. And then you flip or assign or sell that contract to another cash investor for a slightly higher price. And you keep the difference as profit, often several $1,000s or more. And you're done. You actually never use any of your own money or get any kind of loan. You flip the property and make large amounts of cash. It's a brilliant way to do deals without using any of your own money or using any credit or doing any rehabbing yourself. And you don't need to be licensed to do this. You just play the middleman and make a ton of cash doing it. And when I started doing this successfully, I got my life back and things became great. I also got my time back, my sanity back, and my health back. But I still wasn't satisfied. You see, many wholesalers are still working too much, running around, meeting with and negotiating with buyers and sellers, signing contracts and getting deals closed. Me? I literally wanted to just spend most of my time traveling, surfing, and spending time with my family. for long periods of time overseas. All right. So I had to pretty much revolutionize the wholesaling strategy altogether. And by revolutionize, I mean making it a way more automated, hands-free, and passive than anyone's ever done. And that's when I found the first major piece of the puzzle that set me free. And it was this. It's called an Articles of Resolution, which I'm going to give to you today. This document is what lets a highly trained, experienced, veteran real estate expert do all the meetings, the negotiating, and signing for you on your behalf, and also do all the steps required to execute a deal, one that deposits $3,000 to $10,000 into your bank account, so you become truly free. And this person will be glad to not only get paid upon the deal getting closed, and you making money first. You won't have to give this person a penny up front, and this person is what you called a field manager. It's the virtual expert that I mentioned earlier, and you'll discover in a moment how to find and hire one on a 100% commission basis as quickly as this week, because, well, they're everywhere once you know where to look. He or she will be like a ground trooper who will be physically located at the city in which you've decided to do deals on your behalf. So you won't ever have to be there, ever. You'll be 100% virtual and mobile, free to go, live, and play wherever on planet Earth that you want. Let me show you exactly what happens once you use this Articles of Resolution document that enables and empowers your field manager to do your deal execution and do all of your deal closings. This is an email thread of just one of my deals being done for me. As you can see where that red arrow is, she says, this one just funded. Forwarded message from the title attorney. Just wanted to let you know that I just funded this, sent your wire, and the sellers. Amazing, amazing business, my friends. It's the back and forth communication between my field manager and the buyers and sellers of a deal that gets closed. I was just simply copied on this so I could keep a watch and keep an eye on everything. All I did was sometimes reply with, yes, let's do it, or okay, everything looks good. And my favorite, go ahead and send to the title attorney for closing, which technically just means let's get the money. And I did this while I was taking breaks in between surfing in Costa Rica, running up the beach to check my email on my phone. Ask me. I got tons of video. It's all over the internet. I kid you not. Now, the other piece of the wholesaling digital freedom equation is one simple mobile app to find all the cash buyers you'll ever need to get your deal sold. And it's one that the majority of real estate investors laughingly overlook. It's none other than Fiverr.com. Yep. There are cash buyer finding ninjas sitting on Fiverr.com right now, ready to generate fresh lists of highly targeted, highly qualified cash buyers for your deals in any market on demand for just $5. I know that may sound a bit unbelievable, but let me prove it to you. You see, Fiverr has plenty of coding nerds who've created their own software programs that scrape leads online for red hot cash buyers for real estate in any city with just a push of a button, and they'll deliver you the list of cash buyers right to your inbox. In fact, I recently did a search for one of these coding ninjas on the Fiverr mobile app, and take a look at the results. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in just one quick search for cash buyers on Fiverr.com. All different people with all different methods of providing you the type of cash buyers that you need for the market that you want to start wholesaling in. And in total, about 223 of these cash buyer generators came up for me in just Orange County alone. Here's an email from one that I went and hired just for this purpose. He says, the sheet contains 223 cash buyers who bought multiple properties in Orange County, Florida, the time frame within 60 to 100 days. To sum it up, you should receive 220 cash buyers. He goes on to say, he gave me 23 more for free for being a valued customer. Pretty cool. And just for kicks, I hired one of these guys to send me a fresh list of cash buyers for my deals for $5. And take a look. Loads of cash buyers, all the data that we need, their names, their mailing address, their phone numbers. Oh, and just to prove to you these cash buyers are legit, I went ahead and emailed a couple of them and check out their responses. Here's one. He says, "I'd like to see this." And this is one of my ways that I've been able to grow my own list of cash buyers tremendously, with plenty who have bought some of my own deals. So now, let me kill the suspense here and show you the thing that you've really been waiting for. My sneaky, insider, stupidly simple, cost-free strategy to find using any mobile device and a Wi-Fi connection today. Look, if I told you that for every 25 of these property owners you called and simply read my word-for-word script like a dummy, one of these properties would become a surefire deal for you, wouldn't you drop everything and do it? I mean, you could make 25 quick phone calls in the next hour if you wanted to. You could potentially find a great deal that eventually puts thousands of dollars into your bank by tomorrow morning. So here's the secret. Identify burnt out landlords on the Zillow.com rental mobile app. Look, one quick search, just a snapshot, we have hundreds of potential burnt out landlords in one small area. And give them a quick phone call. That's it. Here's how and why this works. Do you know that there are plenty of landlords, these are property owners, posting up their properties for rent on Zillow right now? You see, here's what makes them so extremely likely that they'll just sell you their property. It's the fact that they're posting up their property for rent by themselves. You see, the big giveaway here that they're very likely burnt out and ready to get out of this property is that they're not willing to hire a management company to do it for them. Any landlord that's posting his rental property on Zillow by himself is most likely trying to cut costs big time. He's stressing about money and most likely has a host of other problems with this property. And any landlord that's doing well, not stressed or burnt out, and not worried about money is not going to look for tenants by hand. That you can take to the bank. He or she's going to hire someone else to do it every time. So all you have to do is download the free Zillow app on your mobile device, launch the app, and type in any zip code you want to look for deals. Then use your finger to select the FSBO, which means for sale by owner or for rent, and the search options to narrow down your search, and bingo. You'll see all the properties that owners themselves have posted up for rent in that market. Look at their contact number, dial it, read my short word script as soon as they pick up the phone, and repeat this just 5 to 10 times a day. And by the end of the week, you'll have landed your first deal. Or you can be super ambitious and call 25 of them or 50 of them over the next day or two and find 1 or 2 deals immediately. It's that simple. It's almost guaranteed that one of these landlords will be so burnt out, stressed, and fed up being a landlord, he or she will be ready to throw their hands up and just say, you know what? I'm glad you called. I can't take this anymore. Go ahead and make me an offer on my property. I'm telling you, this happens for us all the time. And it's the easiest deal finding we ever do. Now, don't get me wrong. This deal finding technique is not the only one in our arsenal. We use a few other ninja techniques that only require mobile apps to find us more and more deals. Some that are free to use and others that have a minimal cost. So when you decide to learn this entire strategy, we'll get you to expand your deal finding arsenal, and your portfolio of deals will grow and grow. And at that point, you won't be just making enough money to quit your job, but you'll be experiencing wealth and freedom beyond anything that you've ever experienced. We'll also show you the additional ways to finding highly targeted, red hot cash buyers for all your deals nonstop in any market outside of just Fiverr. At which point, you'll have a completely virtual wholesaling machine running for you continuously, cranking out deals and paychecks for you month after month. Believe me, you will stop thinking about money within a matter of weeks with this 100% mobile wholesaling system because you just won't have to. No more worrying about bills. No more looking at prices on the menu at the restaurant. No more thinking about when your next check is going to come in so you can rest well at night. It all goes away. So now I know you have a lot of questions probably about how to do all of this. And man, I wish I could just show you more in this video, but unfortunately we'd be here all night with me showing you and teaching you every darn thing inside of this 100% mobile wholesaling system and filling in all the gaps for you. So that's why I've just decided to practically give away a 35 module online training course so you can just simply watch, learn, and do as I say. And start wholesaling properties with just your tablet or smartphone from scratch, starting immediately, and let you walk away from your job by this time next month. Look, my online training course is called Mobile Wholesaling, and I 100% believe it's going to take the real estate investing world by storm. That's what my shameless intention was when I created this program. Because look, I just want to put out an absolute game changer for people trying to get into real estate investing. And by using none of their own money, never using their credit, and with absolutely zero knowledge and experience. Now, I know you still may be a bit skeptical because I know you've heard a ton of things like this before, making you all kinds of promises. And for one reason or another, those or other training programs failed to deliver for you. Their strategies didn't work, or they were outdated, or became too competitive, or just didn't give you all the steps that you needed to give you absolute clarity. Well, I'm not going to just promise you that my program won't do any of that nonsense, but I'm going to let you test drive the entire training program at zero and let you go out and generate your first huge check flipping a property completely virtually, and then let you decide if you want to keep my program or not. I'm not even kidding. So here's what my mobile wholesaling training program comes with. When you log in with your username and password, you'll instantly get access to a whopping 35 training modules to walk you through the entire mobile wholesaling system. Why so many? Because as I said, I'm not going to leave anything out and just let you figure out stuff on your own. Just simply do as I say and show you. Take action from the comfort of your home or your favorite coffee shop and watch your life change forever. Each of these 35 modules will walk you through every single step of the wholesaling process from A to Z. From downloading the exact mobile apps that you need to find the best deals in any city of your choice instantly, to finding and hiring the perfect field manager in that market on 100% commission only pay, using my articles of resolution contract, to having a list of the perfect cash buyers delivered to your inbox via Fiverr.com mobile app, and using all the other deal generating, cash buyer finding, and deal executing mobile apps in our arsenal, and to simply use email, Google Docs, and other mobile tools you absolutely need to have your deals done virtually. And if you miss any of these tools or not use them exactly the way that we tell you, this system is likely not going to work and create a nightmare for you. Plus, you're going to see exactly how to find and use the right title company to have your field manager utilize in order to get your deals closed quickly and effortlessly. Look, you cannot just use any title company. You must find and use one that specializes in investment deals in particular. We'll show you exactly how to pinpoint these in 30 seconds online and use the best ones in that town. We're also going to show you what all the steps are that have to get done for a deal to be executed. The steps that your field manager will be executing so that you know exactly what's going on, what to expect, and what to say in your email communications. How and where to find the best field manager that knows exactly how to negotiate and work with the buyer, the seller, and the title attorney. And also one that already knows all the steps in signing contracts, delivering contracts to all the parties, and getting your deals closed. The 3 additional mobile apps that we use to ensure we always have deals landing on our lap and that tripled our cash flow. This is where you'll reach the 6-figure level and beyond. How to know exactly what's the right offer to a seller for his or her property, so that not only is he or she very happy with it, but you'll have plenty of room for making a fantastic profit on it. And how to know exactly how to offer and what to accept from a cash buyer, so that you're not getting screwed and almost guaranteed to make a profit. and what to counteroffer the seller and our buyer if the numbers are not working in your favor. This is extremely important. And do it in a way that's fair and reasonable so you don't piss them off and just lose the deal. Remember, the email communication thread that I shared with you earlier, where I'm simply watching my field manager execute my deals between buyers and sellers, well, I'm going to give you 3 copies of real life email threads for 3 of my deals. Yeah, you're going to actually see exactly how a deal gets executed from A to Z in real time. You'll see exactly how we initiate a deal and exactly what the field manager says and does with the seller of a property and with the cash buyers from the beginning to end. So once you're having one of your own deals being done completely virtually with your field manager doing all the work, you'll know exactly what to expect and what's going on and what all the jargon and communication means in the back and forth emails. And you'll also know what to say and how to handle specific challenges that may come up. You can just reference exactly what I said in similar situations and how the field manager and I handled it so you can do the same and make money. You're also going to get a template of my articles of resolution. Next, you're going to get something very unique, a piece of absolute gold that you definitely won't find in any other real estate investing course. You see, when I have a field manager or any other team member I bring on board start doing all of the work for me, I give them a set of instructions and guidelines to follow. And I do this by creating a video giving them my instructions. These instructions are critical to keep proper expectations and set the right parameters to ensure that your deals get done properly, on time, and in the way that you need them so you get paid. Look, I'm going to give you a real life video that I give to my field managers so you can either use it as is or go make a version of your own following my examples. And I'll even tell you about the free video recording software you can use to make it right from your computer desktop. This will be another major piece to setting yourself free from the wholesaling process so you can enjoy living and doing whatever the heck you want while everything gets done for you. And finally, I'm also going to give you a real life walkthrough video of me doing one entire deal from start to finish. This will literally be a look over my shoulder video where you get to watch me do this entire virtual wholesaling process from A to Z and learn a few extra tips and tricks to make it work even better for you. I told you, nothing will be left out for you to guess, period. I'm going to completely take out all the guesswork for you and give you 100% crystal clear clarity on how to wholesale properties using none of your own cash or credit from start to finish, and do it virtually from anywhere within the time freedom on your side. So there you have it. But you must make the decision to sign up for my training today if you want these additional bonuses. I want to reward the fast action takers. So now here's the big question. How much does it cost to get access to my mobile wholesaling course? Well, that's actually the wrong question to ask, honestly. This is definitely not a cost, but an investment, and a really tiny one at that. When I tell you the laughably low investment for my entire 35 module training program plus all of the amazing bonuses, you may be shaking your head. But the only reason why I'm practically giving it away to you for risk-free, for practically peanuts, is because of my selfish reasons of wanting to turn the real estate training industry on its head. I want this program in the hands of as many people as possible and alter the way people do wholesaling forever. So that's why, just for today, you won't have to pay me $10,000 for this full training, even though it would be totally worth it, given how you're likely to make all of that back within just your first month or two. And you won't even have to invest even half that at $5,000 or a fraction of that at $1,000. You can walk away with the highway robbery here and get instant access to my entire mobile wholesaling system for just $97 today. I'm knocking off $400 for the next 25 buyers, which means for less than a price of like a fancy dinner and a movie, you can start generating $3,000 to $10,000 paydays in the next 4 weeks. Yeah, I know. Call me nuts. Plus, here's my even more insane offer to make this a total no-brainer for you. And let this program prove to you that it works. And if for some off reason it does not, and you really give it an honest effort to put the strategy into action, then just shoot us an email by day 29 and ask for your money back. We'll refund every penny of that $97 investment to you, no questions asked. And even if it does work for you and you still want that money back for whatever reason, then hey, we can't stop you from taking us on a ride, right? You can still get all your money back, no problem. But I'm willing to take that risk because I know this is going to work for you unlike anything that you've ever seen or tried. And you're going to want to keep it and continue to use it to continue to prosper. So go ahead. Just click the add to cart button below right now. Invest just $97 today, and I'll immediately email your username and you'll log into the course so you can hit the ground running with Module 1 within minutes from now. Imagine that in 24 hours from now, you could get your first deal, and everything is in full motion towards a massive payday happening for you in just a matter of a few weeks. The only thing stopping that from happening right now is you clicking the add to cart button below right this moment and setting yourself completely free with a tiny $97 investment. But remember, this special $400 discount is very limited for the next 25 people or so only. So don't waste another moment and click the button below right now. And I'll see you on the inside.